Hey guys, it's Mist here again for another video today, and we are back with our Columbus Blue Jackets franchise mode, and in this one we are here to face off against the Toronto Maple Leafs in the Eastern Conference Final, and I believe, I still am not sure about this, I didn't do any research on it to be honest, I believe and I'm pretty damn positive that this is the first time the Columbus Blue Jackets have ever made it to the conference finals. I think it also might have been the first time we've ever made it to the second round. I'm not sure though, to be honest. You guys would have to update me with that. Now, let's go look at the lines because I made some line changes. So, as you can see, here are the new lines. So we have a new top line of Panarin with Dubois and Bjorkstrand. Maybe that's a mistake, changing up that top line. Obviously, I could keep Wenberg on that top line, but I do want to try something else out. So then we're going to have our best playmaker, well, arguably our best playmaker other than Panarin. Panarin's obviously our best playmaker, but our second best playmaker actually depends on Werenski and Jones. Okay, one of the best playmakers on the team will be playing with two snipers in Atkinson and Vanek on that second line. That playmaker obviously is Wenberg. We'll see how that goes. And for the third line, we have Josh Anderson with Brandon Dubinsky and Mark Letestu. I didn't necessarily want to do that because obviously the face-offs from Letestu and Dubinsky are the same, and I would love to keep them on the center spot, but I decided to change that up, having our fourth line of Jenner with Milano and Calvert. So no Nick Foligno in the lineup right now. He has just been kind of awful for us. So now we have our top pair of Murray and Jones. There wasn't a lot of offense from Werenski and Jones in that last series, so we're going to try something new. So we're going to try someone who doesn't really put up points with someone who can put up points in Jones, and someone who does put up points but is good defensively with Savard, who can kind of put up points but is also good defensively, so we'll see how that goes. And Jack Johnson is actually staying in for the main fact that he takes more shots than Ian Cole, but we're going to try Marcus Nudivara for this next series. Goalies not changing. Bobrovsky picked up his play in that last series, and Korpisalo still obviously great stats. He hasn't played a game since that one game he did play though, so obviously our scratch players right now are Nick Foligno, Marcus Hannikainen, and Ian Cole. So, yeah, we'll see how this goes. Let me know what you guys think of those line changes. Now, I have yet to go and see the Toronto Maple Leafs lines. We actually don't have home ice over this series as well. They were 53, 21, and 8 in the regular season, which is very damn good. So, yeah, let's go view some lines. Yeah. Let's see. Yeah, okay, wrong button. Here we go. Toronto Maple Leafs. Oh, God, yeah, that top line, of course. I forgot. William Nylander. Okay, wait, how many games have they played so far? Nylander has 78 points this season. They've played 11 games. So Nylander with 9 points, Matthews with 8 points. He has 67 points this season. It's not terrible. Marner has 12 points. He had 80 points this season. He was the goal scorer of, well, I mean, him and Matthews were goal scorers. So, yeah, second line we have JVR with Kadri and Brown. Third line we have Hyman with Bozak and Marlowe. Fourth line of Kapanen, Plekanec, and Komarov. Really good forward core. And defensively, we've got Riley with Gardiner, Zaitsev, and Dermott. And then on the bottom pair, we have Tuden and Hainsey. So, not a lot of offense coming from that bottom pair, I would assume. Yeah, no. Well, that's interesting to see. Let's go back to defense just to see offensive players. Not great. I mean, top four isn't terrible. The points are all spread around, but it's not phenomenal. And as for the starter, wow, Frederick Anderson has done well with a .952 save percentage and a 1.51 GA. He has 3 shutouts so far in the playoffs. Calvin Pickard played some of one game, and he had 28 saves on 28 shots. Okay, so that is a scary lineup over there in Toronto. Marincin and Polak, the extra players, obviously, as you can tell, but they aren't in. They are not in the lineup right now. So that's very interesting. We will simulate up to day one. So let's see. Let's go into the calendar. Yeah, I'm kind of nervous to play this team, even though we do have a better record than them. I don't know. This is a good team. Yeah, I don't know. I am not sure. Yeah, this will be interesting. Let's get ready for game number 1. We will obviously sim the game. Let's see how good this Toronto Maple Leafs team really is. Playing at the ACC, let's see, first period of play, lots of goals. Okay, Riley scores the opening. Wow, all these goals were in the last 10 minutes, basically, of the game. Jesus, okay. Damn. That is ridiculous. So Riley scores, then Panarin scores to tie the game, then Murray. We only had 4 goals in the last 5 minutes. Murray gives us the lead, then Hyman scores 28 seconds later, then Marner scores with 1 second left, and freaking 11 seconds later, Kadri scores. So Bobrovsky and Anderson both not playing phenomenal so far. Shots are 13-8 in favor of Toronto. An explosive first period from both sides. This could be an interesting series. Second period now, no goals in the second period. Shots are 24-22 in favor of Toronto. And we will slow sim the third period. Will we be able to get some more goals in this period? Hopefully we do. Going down 1-0 in the series could be quite rough. They have a power play, which they were unable to convert on. They have another one, though. But again, they were unable to score. But then Patrick Marleau makes it 5-2. But Letestu makes it 5-3. But unfortunately, it is too late. Yeah, that's no good. Damn it, man. Why did that happen in game 1? Those were your 3 stars. Interesting. It should be. Oh, Foligno is pissed. Okay. That's not good. I mean, there's not much I can do about that. If these line changes really prove to have been very bad, then obviously we can make some changes to the lineup. But they won game 1. We need to come into Toronto, come into the ACC, throw them around, hit them, lay the body, boys, score. I know you guys can score. Just take as many shots as you possibly can at Freddie. He's not going to save them all, more than likely. But I'll knock on wood. That could have been bad. But I know we can win this. We got to take one of the games that they have on home ice to start off the series. So this needs to be the one. If we go down 2-0, it could be bad. First period of game number 2, 1-1. All right, so another goal-scoring first period. Letestu. So it looks like that third line is actually not as bad as I would have expected it to be point-wise. Letestu with his second goal in 2 games now on that third line. Jake Gardiner with with the tying goal. So yeah, shots are 11-4 for Toronto. We have 4 shots and have scored 1 goal on the 4 shots. We need more shots than that, guys. Second period, we will hopefully look to have more shots, and we do. Not a lot, only 7 more. Still getting outshot 22-11, but Vanek gives us the 2-1 lead, but then Kadri with 1 second left makes it 2-2 heading into the third. That is phenomenal for Toronto. What an equalizer that is in favor of Toronto. That really hurts us, especially morale-wise. Okay, let's see. We'll slow sim the third. And, hey, we're up 3-2 now. Thomas Vanek with his second goal of the game, getting lots of shots, but then another equalizer from Toronto after we took the lead. And that was Patrick Marleau, his second goal in 2 games. And on the power play, Tyler Bozak makes it 4-3, and then Zach Hyman makes it 5-3 and we are going to go down 2-0 in the series. Okay, so a third period collapse from your Columbus Blue Jackets. Kadri with 5 hits, Jesus. And all 3 Toronto Maple Leafs were the Stars again. Or all 3 Stars were the Toronto Maple Leafs again. Or were Maple Leafs players again. Fuck. Alright, we now head to game number 3. A second 5-3 loss of the series. I mean, the lines kind of have been working out, but we need to get a win here. We need to get a win now, and if we don't, we will completely make line changes. Let's try it out. Sim game number 3. We need to get a win here. If we do not, we are in trouble. First period of game number 3. We're up 1-0. Artemi Panarin scores his 7th of the playoffs. We have played, how many games is it? This is our 13th game. He has 7 goals, so he's doing really good. Basically scoring at least a goal every other game. Again, getting outshot, though, after the first 20 minutes of play. 10-9 in favor of Toronto. That's okay. We still have time. Second period now. We're up 2-0. Artemi Panarin with another goal. That is his 8th of the playoffs so far, and we are finally outshooting them by the end of a period, 21-17 in favor of us. And so far, we have held the Toronto Maple Leafs off the board. Third period. Now we will slow sim it. Hopefully not another third period collapse. We have an early power play. That would have been very good for us. We would have definitely, I think, just ran through the final 14 or so minutes it was in this third period if we scored a third goal. And it looks like we may shut the Toronto Maple Leafs out in game number 3, which we do. And that was a tremendous game from Columbus. 2 goals. Didn't let in a single goal. 27 save shutout for Sergei Bobrovsky. Panarin obviously with 2 goals. Freddie Anderson did good as well with a .942 save percentage. There we go. So again, we have another game on home ice. Hopefully we will be able to win that and then make it a best of 3 heading to the last 3 games of the series. I almost said of the season, but I meant to say of the series. Panarin continuing his great playoff performance. He may hit double digits here soon, and we will see how that goes. Obviously 2 points in that game. Both of them were goals. Let's go now. Game number 4 of the Eastern Conference Final. We could tie up the series or go down 3-1 in the series. And if we go down 3-1 in the series, we then head back to the ACC, which we weren't able to win a game there yet. So this game is a big one. We need a win here, Columbus. First period of game number 4. No goals allowed. We're outshooting them 7-6. So both goalies standing strong so far. Both defensive cores also standing strong. Shots 7-6. That's a very minimal amount of shots in the first 20 minutes of play. So interesting. Second period now. We get the first goal of the game, and Oliver Bjorkstrand makes it 1-0. We are heavily outshooting them now, 18-13. Well, not necessarily heavily, but we are outshooting them now. We have a 1-0 lead heading into the third period. Looking good so far for your Columbus Blue Jackets. We will slow sim the final 20 minutes of play. Obviously still up by 1. Power play for Toronto, though. Do not sleep on their offense. They are very offensively capable. I do not want to underestimate that by any means. 3 minutes remaining in the third period. We're still up by 1. And Oliver Bjorkstrand's goal is the only goal of the game. Okay, 2 shutouts in a row for Sergei Bobrovsky with a 26 save shutout. So we now head back to Toronto, and what needs to happen here, because we can win on our ice, they win on theirs. We need to steal a win here. We need to steal a win here on their ice. let's go. Game number 5. We will see how it goes. Cam Atkinson just took a face-off against Matthews. I do not have Atkinson taking the draw. That is really weird. That was the opening draw, too, so that's really weird. Okay, so first period of Game 5 in Toronto. Come on. Unfortunately, we were unable to get a goal against them. And, yeah, so overall not a terrible period. We are outshooting them 10-7, but for the first time in about in over 6 periods, the Maple Leafs were able to get a goal on Bobrovsky. So, yeah, not looking good, but not looking terrible in both ways. So, let's go, boys. Second period now. We need a goal, and we get 2. Pierre-Luc Dubois, I kind of forgot his name there for a second. Pierre-Luc Dubois scores the first goal for Columbus, and then Brandon Dubinsky. So these new line combos are centermen scoring goals, and we now have the 2-1 lead heading into the third. Shots even at 17 apiece. Let's slow sim the third. Hopefully we could get an insurance marker here for us. Obviously there's plenty of time left. Anything could happen. We have a power play. They now have a power play. Both units unable to score, though. We're in the last half of the third. We're now in the last quarter of the third. Still up 2-1. 1 minute remaining. And your Columbus Blue Jackets have taken a 3-2 series lead. Brandon Dubinsky with a game-winning goal. Bobrovsky playing out of his mind once again. We only had 26 shots that game, though. Luckily, we were able to get by them, get by Freddie. So we now have 11 wins. We need 1 more win, and we have 2 chances to get it. 15 points for Panarin. 15 games played and 19 points for Panarin. In the Western Conference Finals, San Jose is up 3-2 over the Nashville Predators. All right, so let's get ready for game number 6 now. We will slow sim the game, obviously. Let's see how it goes. First period of Game 6 in Columbus. Feed off the energy of the fans and take home the Eastern Conference title. Let's go. First period. Goals on both sides. Hyman gets the opening goal of the series, but Josh Anderson with a very far shot on Freddie Anderson. Maybe tipped in front. Who knows? Maybe went off a Maple Leaf player. We're tied 1-1 though, heading into the second period. Getting outshot by double our shots right now, 12-6. In favor of Toronto. So not a great shot category, that's for sure. But we still got plenty of time. Let's go. Second period now. Okay, goals on both sides. Ryan Murray, I'm telling you, Ryan Murray playing with Jones, that is a good pair. And then Panarin with his 9th goal of the playoffs. And then JVR with, I think, his second, maybe 3rd or 4th. I think it's his second playoff goal of the series. And we are up 3-2, and Anderson has let in 3 goals on 13 shots. He is not looking very good right now, but anything can happen. We still have 20 minutes of play, only up by 1 goal. Let's slow sim the third. We are 20 minutes away from moving to the Stanley Cup final, and Thomas Vanek may have just gotten an insurance marker, an early insurance marker. We have a power play. Come on, boys. Last half of the third. 8 more minutes. Stand strong, and we can move on to the Stanley Cup final. 2 minutes remaining, and your Columbus Blue Jackets are off to the Stanley Cup final, getting 13 shots in that third period. And, of course, none other than Artemi Panarin led us through that round. Holy frig. A 12-4 record heading to the Stanley Cup final for what I believe to be the first time in franchise history. Let me just tell you guys, Zach Hyman did phenomenal in that series. I believe he had 3 games with a goal and an assist. So If you guys didn't catch a glimpse at it, we will be facing the San Jose Sharks in the Stanley Cup Final for the next episode. Wow, I've been recording for 20 minutes. It does not feel like it has been 20 minutes. We'll take a look at their team in the next episode. I am so happy we have managed to move on. Holy frig. Let's go check some things really quickly. So, Panarin, obviously a beast. Dubois only has 6 points. I don't know how many points he got on that top line. Bjorkstrand, not bad. Vanek had a couple of goals. Wenberg doing really good. Atkinson, I don't know if Atkinson scored at all, but I think he got some more assists. Josh Anderson with Brandon Dubinsky and Mark Letestu. That third line is now really good. As for the fourth line, not great. Calvert didn't get a single goal or point in that series, which is unfortunate, but he does take a lot less penalties than Nick Foligno. That's the main reason why I took him out. Oh shit, yeah, he is mad too. Yeah, he had 17 penalty minutes throughout the first 2 series, which is just awful. And he only had 1 goal. It was a -3. He just wasn't helping us out in any way. Yeah, let's go check defense now. Ryan Murray with a couple of big goals. His only points of the series. 2 big goals for him. Are the only points of this the playoffs right now for him. Jones with 10 points. Werenski 1 shy of double digits. Savard not too bad. Nudivara and Jack Johnson have been awful. Jack Johnson is not happy now either. Okay. You know what? For that reason, I think I may just scratch him, to be honest. I can't scratch him, though. He's already upset. And that'll just ruin the morale on this team even more. I don't think I can do that. Never mind. Maybe. If it really comes to it, I definitely can. Bobrovsky's stats didn't change at all, really. I think his GAA might have changed, but his save percentage still the same. He also got 2 shutouts in that round, so not bad by any means. Now, one more thing before I end the episode. I do want to see how many players have hit double digits for points. I know Wenberg has, Jones has, Panarin has, and Bjorkstrand has. Has anybody else, though? I am not sure. Nope, those are the only 4 players. Werenski 1 shy, so he probably will. Letestu and Anderson, they might. That would be interesting to see. Dubois, I'd love to see more points out of Dubois, but may not happen. Guys, right now, let me know in the comments below, would you give Panarin the Conn Smythe, or would you give Bobrovsky the Conn Smythe? I think I would give it to Panarin. Without Panarin, I think we wouldn't be this far in the playoffs. He has 21 points in 16 games, and he has 9 goals, obviously leading our team in goals. He will probably hit double digits in the next episode, plus 13, obviously, and only 2 penalty minutes for him, which is really good. So, you know, I think I'd say we'd have to give it to Panarin, to be honest. But that'll be it from me, guys, in this episode. Tune in for the next one to see your Columbus Blue Jackets take on the San Jose Sharks in the Stanley Cup Final. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye.